So some of the most common mistakes I've experienced with people is, I guess number one is inconsistency. You need to remember that I mentioned earlier that we're not cars, we're not machines, and we're not data points on a spreadsheet. So when it comes to fat loss, it's all about trends. So if a car runs out of fuel, it stops dead. Our bodies have energy stored in different places like glycogen, and as well they can make us tired and stop us moving a little bit as well to bring us back down to homeostasis as it's known. So I guess the thing to remember is we're not data points. Fat loss doesn't work like this. It's more like this. Okay, so it takes time to get things moving. You need a couple of days to get the body to respond. You need at least 10 days, in my opinion, of a consistent deficit before things will start to move. Okay, so that's important because it means that if you mess up a meal or whatever, or you end up going out and having to eat out and you're not sure what you had or whatever, just get back on it. It's not, you don't write it off the next day. Like I said, we're not a set of data points. Oh, that's wrong. It's about trends. Trajectory, sorry, is probably a better word. So our body follows trajectories, and it takes a couple of time. A lot of people, when they come into us, they're on this, they haven't gone up and haven't gone down. So to get them to start losing weight, first need to point the ship down first, and then we need to send it. It takes a couple of days for it to kick in. Okay, so number one is consistency, which brings me to my next point. I mentioned before earlier that we want to get you into a stage whereby you are losing weight regardless, or you're in energy deficit regardless if you make it to training or not. And that's why steps are so important. Now, when it comes to steps, so an issue that I've experienced with people doing consultations is, number one, Monday to come in, we say they're supposed to be doing 7,000 steps. Monday goes well, they hit their mark, and goes well. They hit their steps, stayed on track with calories. Tuesday, same. Stayed on track with steps, stayed on track with calories. Perfect. Wednesday, they're quite busy in work, or they might be driving all day, so they're sitting down all day, did very little moving around, but they still ate the same amount of food. So we'll say 0 there. Thursday, same again, was busy, didn't move from the chair in the office all day. A lot of people are working from home, their steps, they're doing very few steps every day. Thursday, did very little movement, and it was somebody's birthday in work. So we had, I don't know, an extra slice of cake, and we went out for a couple of pints after work. You see now, so there's very little steps, and we had more calories than we probably should have had. Friday, same again, busy in work, I might have been in traffic, whatever it was, maybe with the kids all day, very little movement, and then went out Friday night and had a lot of pints. So you can see this is up and down all day. So number one is, for a lot of people, is fill in the gaps. Look at the days, look at your most busy days. A lot of people might have done 7,000 steps on Monday, 5,000 steps on Tuesday, 3,000 steps on Wednesday. So when I say fill in the gaps, what I mean is, look at your highest point during the week. It might be 9,000 or 10,000 steps, and get that to be across the whole week. So Tuesday, 10,000. Monday, 10,000. Tuesday, 10,000. Wednesday, you need to bring Wednesday up to 10,000. So it doesn't matter if it's 10 o'clock at night but you haven't done your steps, you're going back out that door. Or if it's Friday night, the late show is coming on, you haven't got your steps, you're going back out that door. That's the commitment you need to make change. Remember, it needs to be a little bit uncomfortable. Fat loss doesn't happen by accident. Okay, so get consistent with your steps. So get consistent with your steps, and use the steps to get you to create your deficit, and then use training then to nudge the needle along. And it means training is just a bit more of an enjoyable experience. It's not just trying to see how many calories you burnt every session. Because like I said, training will be inconsistent. Some days you won't make it to the gym, some days you'll be stiff, sore, tired, whatever. You burn very few calories. So the two biggest mistakes I see a lot of people making when it comes to calories are kind of trying to reduce the input. So remember, you need to increase the output, reduce the input. Number one is, well, there's a few actually. So number one would be that they're still looking at things in terms of low fat or low sugar or whatever it may be. You need to be looking at energy. How much energy is in this food? We're trying to get our body burning more energy. We need to have a handle on the amount of energy coming in. So calories, kilocalories, I think it's on the back of a lot of things, okay? So stop looking at things in terms of slim or I don't know, slim milk or whatever. Look at the energy coming in. Don't look at the sugar, don't look at the fats, look at the energy. Food quality is important, put down the road, but for now, your goal is to get a handle on the energy equation. Just keep the focus on energy. Now, when it comes to counting calories, we have two main concerns. The two biggest pitfalls is underreporting, which is saying that I had, I don't know, 100 grams of pasta. I was out and I had 100 grams of pasta, when in fact you had 107 grams of pasta. Or I had, I don't know, 90 grams of potatoes, when in fact you had 110 grams of potatoes. On its own, it probably doesn't seem like a big issue, but if this is done consistently, I think butter would be a big one. I'm only having, so they logged the butter on their app. I've only had 2 grams of butter, when in fact they had 3.5 grams of butter on 2 slices of bread, 7 days a week. So you might be out by 300 calories, and that's just on butter. Or milk. Milk might be another one in their tea. Some people drink an outrageous amount of coffee and tea. Actually, I do. I might have 7 or 8 cups between tea and coffee. If I have, I don't know, a splash of milk in with everything, by the end of the week, it could be 400 calories from milk, just from my tea. Now again, that with the butter, you could be out by a full day of eating. Okay, so it's under-reporting is getting a handle on exactly what's coming in. A lot of things you'll see on the back of a lot of packaging as calories per 100 grams or calories per 100 milliliters. You work from that. You'd look at what you weigh what you've had. Look, I know this all sounds a lot, but if you've been struggling with this for many years, some people have been struggling all their life with their weight. And it's like, okay, you need to start weighing your food. And then they pull a face and I'm like, this is a small price to pay. If this has been playing around your mind, this is a small price to pay. As well as that, it'll get the ball wrong, but as well as that, it'll give you peace of mind. It means that it'll give you back some flexibility in your diet, and you're not guessing, going, oh, can I have this? Or you feel like a bad person for having a bowl of ice cream. It's nonsense. Get a handle on energy, and that'll give you back some freedom in your diet. But you have to calculate it correctly. Otherwise, you might as well be just doing whatever like you did before, because you're just guessing. Take the guesswork out of it, and it'll give you peace of mind. So that's under-reporting. Reporting is essentially the same thing, but it's when you say you've had a Freddo bar, or you forgot to log the 2 biscuits that you had with your tea, or you forgot about that lollipop that you had, or the lollipop you have every day, or you forgot about, I don't know, the little chocolate that you have with your coffee every time you get a thing. It's basically when you're leaving out stuff, log as you go. Look, you need to commit to this. We don't lose weight by accident. I feel like I keep saying it's true. We don't lose weight by accident. You need to commit to it. But if it's done right, it'll mean that you can stick to it. You can be consistent with it, and it's not this big endurance that. If it's done right, it means that you shouldn't need to be dieting for the rest of the year. But it means as well that when you go on holidays, you can actually really relax, because when you come back, you know exactly what you need to do. A lot of people I see, they might go on holidays and they're like, oh, I don't want to put all the weight on again or whatever. Just yo-yoing. Get a handle on energy, learn how it all works, commit to it, and then, enjoy life. Start enjoying life. You shouldn't be on a diet. It's no way to live being on a diet from one end of the year to the next. It's really not. So take the time out to learn about this. My door is always open as well to chat to anyone and help any way I can.